Part 31. Planning to annihilate the bandits in one fell swoop. Ming Yu looked at the letter in his hand. His hands trembled slightly, but in the end, he was really angry. And slammed his fist on the table. No reason. I haven't bothered you yet, but you have come to the door first. Very good. Very good. Very good. Ming Yu gritted his teeth and said several times that it was good. My prince, what should we do now? These bandits come and go like the wind. We are building tunnels. And the stockade is progressing slowly. Now there are only more than 10 villages as pilots, and the effect is not very obvious at all. Xu Wen was a little worried. He also received a report that Ningxi village had been looted by bandits the day before, so he hurried to the prince mansion to report. Ningxi village is located in the northwest of Liangcheng. Not very far from Liangcheng. Its geographical location is very good. It is a relatively large village in Liangzhou. Such a large village, judging from its geographical location and population, is logically relatively safe. I didn't expect these bandits to hit them with their ideas. The village was looted overnight, and many villagers lost their lives in their dreams. Some villagers who escaped rushed over to report the news. When the news came out, there was an uproar in the city of Liangzhou. In the past, these bandits only dared to rob some remote small villages, but now they blatantly committed crimes around Liangcheng. Lu Zifu has already rushed over after receiving the letter. However, the matter has already happened, and in the past, only the aftermath can be done. These bandits are really damned. However, they ransacked a village and immediately escaped without a trace. There is no way to catch them, Xu Wen said angrily. Ming Yu thought of the massacre in Tu village when they first came to Liangzhou. The Yi people do not regard the Han people as human beings and wantonly slaughter them. However, these bandits are also from Dayan Country, but it is unbearable for their compatriots to be so cruel. Ming Yu clenched his fists. He has long had the heart to rectify, but he has never been able to free it. Now it seems that it is really unacceptable. Xu Wen is quite right. There are countless large and small bandits in Liangzhou, and the number of forces is not the same. If the government pursues and arrests them with great fanfare, it will only make these bandits hide and wait for an opportunity. If you just catch some small thugs, it won't hurt the bandits at all. I'm afraid they will startle the snakes. If you want to beat them, you must beat them up and uproot them. However, this matter is indeed not easy. If it was really easy to solve the thieves and bandits, the frontier garrison would have already sent people to encircle and suppress it. Why would they wait until today to allow them to commit numerous crimes? It's not that there is no way. The way is thought up by people, and there must be a way to deal with it. Ming Yu paced back and forth in the hall, his eyebrows slightly wrinkled. Xu Wen looked at him without blinking. His eyes were shining. The prince said there was a way, then there must be a way. He has been with the prince for so long, and he has seen the swift and resolute behavior of the prince. If the prince is not sure, my prince will never say such words. Xu Wen asked hopefully, is there anything you can do about it? Ming Yu shook his head. I don't have much to say yet. We still need everyone to brainstorm and offer suggestions. Xu Wen was a little disappointed, and even Prince Duan said if there is no way out, where else will there be a way for others to come? Do we have to wait a few years until all the villages in Liangzhou have built underground passages and villages before we can deal with these bandits? The prince was interested in helping the villagers fight against the barbarians, thieves, and bandits, so he came up with a way to let every village build a labyrinth-like underground passage, which can attack and defend, and also protect the lives and property of the people. But in this way, how long will it take, and for every extra day, more people will suffer. Ming Yu seemed to see through his thoughts, and said loudly, This prince will never let them go unpunished. If you want to get rid of the bandits, you must first make full preparations. First find out what the bandits are in Liangzhou. You must know yourself and the enemy before you can make a response plan. Ming Yu doesn't fight unsure battles. He can't rely on him alone in the case of thieves and bandits, and he has to find helpers. Ming Yu's words made Xu Wen nod again and again. The prince said it without reason. If someone came here and said that the bandits are not to worry about, that they are wrapped around themselves, Xu Wen may also consider the authenticity of these words. Prince Duan did not take everything, but let him feel at ease. With Prince Duan there will definitely be a solution to this matter. Xu Wen patted his chest and stood up a little excitedly. If the prince has anything that the minister needs to do, even if you instruct me, the minister will definitely do it for the prince. Xu Wen is a steady and capable person who can get a clear understanding from a small minister. Ming Yu's appreciation has proved the reliability of this person. Ming Yu can hand over the construction of the village tunnel to him, which shows his ability. This prince knows that you are meticulous in your work and understand the situation in the entire Liangzhou. You can help this prince sort out and collect the current distribution of forces in Liangzhou, as well as the relationship between the various forces, the number of people, etc. Try to be as detailed and accurate as possible. Yes, you give it to Commander Mo, and let him take someone to investigate, the more detailed the better. Ming Yu thought for a while and then ordered. Xu Wen nodded and agreed, and he immediately went to do it. Ming Yu nodded. As for your previous affairs, you can't let it go. You can leave it to someone who trusts and can continue to supervise the construction. We must speed up the process. Going down, let someone prepare a car and drive to Lu Zifu's mansion. Lu Zifu welcomed Ming Yu into the door, and General Wei was there, and both of them looked bad. Think about it too, when such a big thing happened, Liangzhou City was full of uproar. The prefect of Lu is in charge of the decrees of a government, and he is in charge of all counties, announces the decrees of the state, and manages the people under his jurisdiction. As the commander of the garrison in the border areas, General Wei was not only responsible for guarding against the barbarians, but also responsible for arresting thieves and bandits. Now it's good. Under their noses, they have blatantly looted and killed, and their political achievements will only be smeared with a huge black spot. The land of Liangzhou has always been infested with bandits. But it can only be a disaster for a slightly remote place, and the loss of small troubles can also be controlled. And because these people's whereabouts are erratic, they often loot one place and immediately move to other places, or hide in the people in pieces, or immediately escape into the deep mountains and forests. It is really difficult to grasp their accurate information. That's the same way they will be helpless with them. Just like the case in Ningxi village the day before yesterday. When they got the news and rushed over, the thief had long since disappeared, and when Lu Zifu rushed over, there was no clue. When General Wei saw Ming Yu's arrival, his eyes lit up. He didn't expect the prince to come so quickly, indicating that the prince was also very concerned about this matter. Prince Duan has always had a lot of ideas. If Prince Duan thinks of a way, maybe things can be turned around. This matter has a great impact, and it is impossible to hide it. They should be blamed a lot. They have already filed a petition to plead guilty. Even if His Majesty Emperor blames them, they hope to have the opportunity to make up for their faults and exterminate this group of bandits. Can calm the minds of the people. What are the casualties in Ningxi village this time? Ming Yu asked unceremoniously as soon as he entered the door. Lu Zifu was stunned for a moment. But luckily he rushed over immediately and understood everything clearly. He was only stunned for a moment before reacting, and replied, Ningxi village is a relatively large village near Liangzhou. With a total population of more than 200 people. The bandits attacked in the middle of the night. The people were not prepared, and only 10 people escaped. Number 2 or 3. Although he had expected it. Ming Yu couldn't help taking a deep breath, and he couldn't help feeling chills in his heart, but he hated these people even more, a group of beasts who bullied the soft and feared the hard. And he wished he could skin them and get cramps. General Wei saw Ming Yu's face gloomy and watery. He was afraid of his anger, so he stood up and said, My prince, this matter is really unexpected. And the ministers are all responsible. After the bandits are eliminated, the ministers are willing to be punished. Ming Yu sneered, Exterminate? Now you have a way to exterminate the bandits? I'm afraid they didn't take these bandits to heart at all. They always thought that the little bandits were nothing to worry about. Disasters continue today. More than 200 lives. Just because of these people's disapproving attitudes, they were ruined. Ming Yu hates, not only the bandits, but also the inaction of these officials. Obviously, the disaster can be nipped in the bud, but he has to wait for the disaster to be remedied. Both of them had nothing to say, or they both had regrets. They had always focused on the barbarians, preventing barbarians from invading. I think that these thieves and bandits are not going to make a fuss. If you specially free up manpower to deal with these bandits, firstly, the bandits will not be easily eliminated, secondly, it will cost a lot of manpower and material resources, not much. No one is willing to do such a thankless task, so they can only let it go. Lu Zifu is frowning. If there is really a way to deal with the bandits, they don't have to discuss it here. My prince, this minister has investigated. This group of bandits should be the people of Song Qingfu who appeared only 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they were just a small group of rogues. Later, they had internal strife. And Song Qingfu stood out and mastered the entire team. I heard that this man is ruthless and scheming, and he has not committed any major crimes in 2 years. In the past 2 years, he has successively annexed and absorbed some small rogues, gradually showing his edge, making this team of thieves and bandits stronger and stronger. And gradually it has become a relatively powerful branch in Liangzhou. Probably because the power has grown and the people have expanded, they even attacked the villages around Liangzhou. Do they really think that the government has nothing to do with them? Lu Zifu briefly introduced the situation of the bandits, and they only understood so much. After discussing with General Wei, I sent troops and horses to chase and intercept this group of bandits. Hearing this, Ming Yu frowned and lightly tapped the table with his fair fingers. He also felt a little powerless, hee. What happened the day before yesterday? I only discussed sending troops today, and when you send troops, the bandits didn't know where they went for a long time. Can they still stay there and wait for you to catch them? Send troops to chase and block, good. Very good. But do you know how many people they have? Where are you now? Liangzhou is so big. Where do you go to block it? Ming Yu almost laughed. This question really caught the two of them. These bandits are indeed cunning. Lu Zifu went to investigate the clues. And the useful clues were basically gone. When they left, they not only took the clues after erasing it, but he also even specially arranged a maze that seemed to be either true or false. He sent someone to track it down, and the results were predictable. Being played as a monkey, Lu Zifu felt really angry. The two remained silent for a while, and the hall was silent for a while. The atmosphere became depressed. At this moment, someone came to report that it was General Xia's visit, which broke the silence. Lu Zifu glanced at Ming Yu. Ming Yu's anger had subsided a little at this time. Since the matter has already happened, no matter how resentful it is, it won't help. We can only see how to remedy it and let everyone come up with a charter. Thinking of this, Ming Yu waved his hand, and Lu Zifu asked Xie Yishou to be brought in. Due to the recent signs of the barbarians getting ready to move, Xie Yishou had brought people to the front line to check on the enemy's situation, and only came back today. I didn't expect to hear about the robbery by bandits as soon as I came back. This matter is very involved. There are bandits and thieves committing crimes near Liangcheng. So, can Liangcheng be considered a place of safety? It is obviously impossible. If this incident is bad and the emperor is angry, I am afraid that it will be involved in a wide range and the consequences will be unimaginable. If there is a remedy, maybe it can be alleviated. Thinking of this, he hurried over without even taking a sip of water, ready to discuss with Lu Zifu. Xie Yishou entered the door and saw Ming Yu, who was sitting in the upper position, to salute. Ming Yu waved his hand. He was not in the mood to be polite at this time, and motioned Xie Yishou to sit down and talk. The matter is already on the bright side. This matter needs everyone's brainstorming. Everyone should talk about their own thoughts and opinions. Ming Yu said, "Any ideas?" Nothing more than sending troops to capture bandits. However, Ming Yu had already refuted it, and at this time, he didn't dare to bring it up easily, so the two of them focused their attention on the newcomer Xie Yishou. Xie Yishou looked at the nose and the nose at the heart, without any intention of speaking. He casually rubbed the edge of the teacup with his fingers, as if he was in deep thought. Everyone has long known his temperament. He is reluctant to speak, and no one can make him change his mind. Ming Yu glanced at him and didn't see anything on his face. After a while of silence, he broke the silence and said, "Since no one speaks first, then this prince will talk about his thoughts first." Ming Yu cleared his throat and said, "The case of bandits must be dealt with seriously. This prince has asked Xu Wen to do all he can to investigate and collect information on thieves and bandits. And I hope Lu Zifu can fully cooperate." Lu Zifu stood up. "This minister must be fully cooperating." Ming Yu nodded and continued, "The thieves and bandits have been in trouble for many years. And now it is a deep-rooted cancer. If you want to cut the grass and root, it will not be easy to do it for a while. So we have to kill the chickens to show the monkeys. When they come to the door, let's use them first and kill them in one go." Lu Zifu and General Wei looked at each other. Didn't the prince mean the same as what they thought? They just want to send troops to hunt down and arrest them. Could it be that the prince knows their whereabouts and can annihilate them in one fell swoop? They didn't dare to ask for a while. General Wei was unbearable, and unconsciously handed his eyes to Xie Yishou. Xie Yishou nodded, "Yes." Lu Zifu and General Wei. Ming Yu's face has returned to normal. At this time he couldn't help curling his lips. He supported his head with one hand, and continued, "It's useless to chase blindly like this. The bandits are no more stupid than us. And they will wait stupidly. You send troops to catch them. To be able to successfully sack the village under everyone's nose is enough to prove that there are still capable people among the bandits." The two nodded in unison. Ming Yu's words were very reasonable, and Lu Zifu said with a bitter face, "That's right, but if you don't send troops to arrest them as soon as possible, these bandits will probably think that the government is afraid of them, and they will be more reckless in the future." General Wei also agreed and said, "Yes. If you don't have troops to arrest them at this time, there will be no way to catch them in the future." What the prince said, killing chickens to warn the monkeys and sweeping them all down. How can it be done? Who said there is no way? Ming Yu raised his chin and said confidently, "With this prince, of course I can do it." The two of them widened their eyes in surprise and made a gesture of listening. These are greedy and ruthless people. To deal with them, it is natural to have a foolproof strategy. You must first understand their leader's personality, work style and internal personnel before making the next plan. Ming Yu's eyes fell on Xie Yishuo and then said, "This prince has a vague idea in my heart for the time being. And the details still need to be improved gradually. I just wonder if General Xie has his own ideas?" Xie Yishuo recovered when he heard Ming Yu mention his name. "Come on." He just wanted to speak but was stopped by Ming Yu. A smile flashed in Ming Yu's eyes. "General Xie doesn't need to say it. Why don't we stick to our own words and finally confirm it?" Xie Yishuo also became interested, nodded in agreement, and immediately someone brought the pen and ink. Ming Yu bit the pen and thought about it before drawing a word in the palm of his hand. After Ming Yu finished writing, he defiantly looked at Xie Yishuo, who had not yet moved, and motioned him to start writing quickly. Xie Yishuo's eyes dimmed, then lowered his eyelids, picked up the pen, and wrote a word. Ming Yu couldn't wait, and walked over. The two of them spread their palms at the same time and saw the same words in Xie Yishuo's hand. Ming Yu was slightly startled, and then smiled. "Okay. That's all I have decided. Please General Xie help if I need it in the future." Xie Yishuo's brows and eyes also eased a lot. "You don't need to say more, the prince, I will help you." With this promise, Ming Yu finally felt relieved, and with the support of General Xie, it explained the plan is very feasible. He has to perfect this plan, and when he goes back, he can start to lay out the information after collecting the information. Lu Zifu and General Wei watched helplessly as the two were playing dumb riddles. And they were so harmonious that others felt that they couldn't get in. Lu Zifu is better. Knowing that Ming Yu has a plan, he will definitely not avoid them. And they will have to know sooner or later. But General Wei was a quick-tempered man. He couldn't see what the two of them were discussing, looking at this and that, eagerly. I just hope they can explain their doubts to him. However, neither of the two looked at him, leaving him to worry about it. Lu Zifu, who was beside him, tugged at his sleeve secretly and gave him a wink, which made him feel a little more peaceful. Ming Yu has something in his heart, thinking that he can implement it as soon as possible. So he has to hurry up. Who knows when the bandits' next action will be? Make a plan as soon as possible, annihilate them as soon as possible, then I can feel at ease. So he immediately leaves and go back to the house. Everyone respectfully sent him away, but General Wei grabbed Xie Yishuo and said, "What kind of riddle are you playing just now? Is there a way to deal with the bandits?" After a long while, a sentence came out, "It's a matter of confidentiality, no comment." Quote exclamation mark quote. One sentence made General Wei want to scold his mother. Fortunately, he always knew Xie Yishuo's temperament, so he couldn't really get angry with him, he could only blow his beard and stare at himself. Lu Zifu is funny. This General Wei, at such an old age, is still angry with young people. And he really goes back the more he lives. Xie Yishuo ignored him and saluted Lu Zifu. "Master Lu, I heard that after the incident, Master Lu was the first to arrive at Ningxi village. I wonder if I can borrow the information I collected firsthand for the next copy?" This requirement is not excessive. General Xie is naturally having the right to know. Prince Duan has already instructed himself to cooperate fully with the collection of information. Anyway, I have to sort it out and send it over. It doesn't cost much to sort out one more copy. So what if I sell this favor? Thinking of this, he readily agreed. "General Xie, don't worry, when I sort things out here, I will send someone a copy to the general immediately. Then there will be Lord Lao Zifu." Xie Yishuo got what he wanted, so he said goodbye and left. The purpose of his coming here is for this first-hand information. With this, he should be able to detect some clues of bandits. If it is useful in the future, it is not in vain.
you.